I had never thought about becoming a mother before, but on a late evening in November 2010, I started to. I was 21 years old, married for 3 years, so it wasn't like it was a difficult or bad situation, but this was not the romantic comedy pregnancy announcement that all girls dream of. I still think back to that night. I wasn't feeling right, so we thought, well, maybe. After 2 trips to Walmart and 3 tests later, we found out we were in fact expecting a baby. I didn't know what to feel. I was scared but happy, nervous but anxious. Instead of smiling, I cried. We were living in a small apartment, and money was not exactly a luxury. As a matter of fact, before that night, we had just went through a financial drought where we were going to parents' homes to have dinner because we couldn't afford groceries. We both had decent paying jobs, but we weren't exactly smart when it came to money. We were selfish, but it was just us. We were allowed to be. I could never ask for a stronger person to be married to. My husband, at only 20 years old, was able to calm me down, and he promised me that we would be okay, and this was a wonderful thing. It is amazing when you are with someone that tells you everything will be okay, and you know that you can believe them. The first thing that we did was work to fix our financial situation, and we found a way to buy our first home, which was such a relief. I couldn't bear the thought of bringing my first child home to an apartment that wasn't really ours. So after 9 months of getting our home ready, baby showers, and constantly needing bigger pants, our son, Landon James, was born on July 5th, 2011. That day, my life not only changed forever, but it changed for the better. I had never really thought about others like I thought of myself, except for maybe my husband. I was never conceited or anything like that, but I mean that I considered my needs a lot. Not after that day in July. The moment I held him, I no longer cared about what I needed. All I cared about was this little life that I held in my hands. The only problem now was that I had no idea what I was doing. I understand why people with children feel the need to give every piece of advice they have to new moms, but as someone who was once a brand new mom, I must say that it is so overwhelming. The first year of my son's life, I got more advice on what I should be doing with my son than I can even remember. Family members, friends, everyone wanted to tell me how to raise my son, hold my son, talk to my son, and all I wanted was my son all to myself. When he was in my belly, he was mine, all mine. When he would kick, that was his way of telling me hello. I just wanted to go back to him being just mine. Over time, I learned to siphon through the advice and enjoy the times it was just me and him. This little boy has changed my world. Now he has a little brother who has occupied the other half of my heart. It breaks my heart when I hear people say, "Oh, you're having children? Say goodbye to your life." No, I can't do the same things I did before Landon and Carter, but we have experienced so much with our children. My husband and I decided early on that we wanted our children to see the world and have every experience possible. Landon, who is now 4, has been more places than some adults, and Carter is just right behind him. We've been to the World Trade Center Memorial in New York. We saw the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. We go to Washington, D.C. every year for the National Book Festival, where we meet tons of authors. This past year, Landon even got to meet Buzz Aldrin, which was pretty neat. We go to air shows. And we've been to tons of amusement parks. Having children is only a limitation in your life if you make it that way. I get to live all these experiences myself and through the eyes of my children. I never thought of being a mother before, but now I cannot imagine my life any other way.